Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan. My name is Diakat Zaman and this is Roots of Knowledge. Oh, no, some pens are falling out now. But anyway, this is Roots of Knowledge, as you guys can see. And if you guys are unfamiliar with this channel, check out my videos that I make, check out all the other stuff that I do. And share, subscribe, hit the like button, as usual, guys. And so let's continue with this series. So this series is about Sarf. Now, I know there's going to be some of you guys out there who are thinking, well, Sarf, it's not really my kind of thing. But for those people who like it, and inshallah, some of you guys who are not liking it at the moment might like later on. So what I've done is I've actually broken down for you guys how the Sarf system actually works. Verbs, it's a very, very mathematical sort of kind of concept of understanding how verbs are conjugated, how they're made together, how they're broken up, and understanding in Arabic changes that are made. So these are like the verbs. There's 9 of them. I've written down 10, but 9 really, which we kind of normally focus on, right? So far we have actually done the normal ones, and we've also done the ajwaf. Let me see if I can find it. Ajwaf. An ajwaf one. Is there an ajwaf one over here? No, I can't seem to find an ajwaf one. But yeah, ajwaf is something that we've done as well. Alright, so ajwaf basically is the idea of, remember, in the middle, it was the waw and the ya in the middle. And if you guys are unfamiliar, check out the videos I made before and after that. They'll make a lot of sense, inshallah ta'ala. Right, so let's have a go at this then. So here we basically have a concept. We call this concept the Mithal concept. The Mithal. Right, Mithal basically means that the first letter is either a waw or it's a ya. Yeah, a waw or a ya you have. Right, so if you remember the patterns that we did in the past, right, we did some patterns in the past. I showed you some of them, and I said to you, well, fi'ls, verbs are really divided into either the letters have a waw, alif, ya in them, or there's anything else, right, which is one of the sahih. And there's a few more as well, but this is like the main kind of thing. And then we said that the waw can actually occur, a waw, alif, ya can actually occur in the first letter, second letter, and third letter. And we actually covered all of those, and those were in the past lessons. Now what we're going to be looking at is, what if the waw and ya occur in the first letter? Right, so this is something which, it can happen, right? So actually what I have done over here is I've actually made a little table over here for you guys. All right, so this saves me time as well writing. So you got mithal waw, you got the mithal ya, right? So now you got the daraba pattern, daraba yadribu, right? Fatha yaftahu, hasiba yahsibu, sami'a yasma'u, karuma yakrumu, nasara yansuru. So interesting thing is, you don't really find any of the mithals coming on the pattern of nasara yansuru, right? For some reason you don't find that. I know some books have mentioned it, but other books have said no, so I just left it out. So there's nothing for that. But for daraba yadribu, you actually get wa'ada ya'idu. Now notice, the waw here has dropped, isn't it? So this is like an indication of a change in the rule. And over here, you have yasara yasiru, right? So yasara yasiru, the ya hasn't dropped over here. Wada'a yada'u, and then you got yana'a yayna'u, the waw has dropped over here. Ya has not dropped over here. Warima yarimu. Right, so the waw is dropped over here. For some strange reason, there's no ya ones we can find. Sami'a yasma'u wajila yawjalu. Right, wajila yawjalu. And the waw actually stays here. Yabisa yaybasu, the ya stays here as well. Right, so this is a bit of a strange one. And wasuma yawsumu. Right, the waw stays here as well. And yamuna yaymunu. So these are some of the ones that we've kind of like sorry about that. These are some of the ones that we have actually sort of like are broken down for you guys in this table, and inshallah I'll break them further down, explain each one as we go through the list, hopefully. So now, what is the list that we are going to be looking at to try and understand how this sort of like works? So the way that we're going to be breaking it down is, I'm going to write down on the side, I'll write down, actually, let's use another piece of paper. Okay, I think this one was used before, let's use this one. All right. So again, we're going to write down 14 over here. Okay, so this is going to be the past. And then you're going to write down over here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, that's the 14. So the past for this is wa'ada. Okay, wa'ada. As normal. And then the second one will be wa'ada, the alif there. Third one will be wa'adu, as usual. And the fourth one will be wa'adat. That. Fifth one, wa'adata. Wa'adna. Wa'adta. Wa'adtuma. Right, it's going to be messed up. Wa'adtum. Must be a dal there. Wa'adti. Wa'adtuma. Wa'adtunna. And wa'adtu. And finally wa'adna. Right, so this is the past. This is all right. So when we have the past, now what we want to do is we want to try to look at the present. So the present, if we were going to use our normal sort of like rule, what we would say is the present should be like this. There's a black pen for this. Let me know if the thick pens are better to use for this, if it becomes more clear for you guys, or do you guys think this using these fine point pens are better? So this one would have been, because it's following the daraba pattern, remember we said, right, daraba, right? So over here, we made this list, daraba yadribu. So it should actually be wa'ada, this is present, should be yo do, isn't it? Should be yo idu, yo idani, and then the whole thing. That's how it should be. Yo idu, yo idani, yo iduna, sorry. Taw'idu, taw'idani, يوعدنا توعد توعدان توعدون توعدين توعدان توعدنا أوعد نوعد. Okay, so that's basically how it kind of should be, right? So the vowels on there, I won't put the vowels on, but you guys get the idea of this. Now there is a change because the present verb is actually not like this. As you can see over here, it was actually removal of the waw. The waw is actually, but the waw is not always removed. So there is a specific type of rule that is attached to this, right? So you have a specific type of rule that you have over here. What is that rule that's over here? I'm going to explain that rule to you right now. So the two conditions for this, right? So rule, let's write this down. Rule number one is it has to be ثلاثي مجرد. ثلاثي مجرد, right? So ثلاثي مجرد basically means it has to be on like one of these patterns, right? So in other words, the ya has a fatha on there, one of those ones, right? So it's not the mazid patterns. In this, thulathi mujarrad only applies to category number one. It does not apply to any one of these, right? So these rules, we're not going to be discussing them. So first and foremostly, thulathi mujarrad, so all of this applies, that box is ticked. And the second is that the ayn kalima, so this is fa, and this is the ayn, and this is the lam. The ayn kalima must be maksura, هذا kasra, yeah. So kasra on the ayn kalima. All right, that's basically what it is. So if you look at this then, if you look at this one applies to this one, ayn kalima maksura, ayn kalima maksura. It doesn't apply here, doesn't apply here. Only problem is why doesn't it apply to this one? So this one is fine. This one is fine, our rule works there. This one is fine as well, our rule works there as well. This one is fine as well, right? Because these two clearly don't have the second condition, kasra on the ayn. They actually have a dhamma and they have a fatha. But what about this then? How comes this shouldn't this be yawda'u then with a waw? Because this doesn't have a kasra. Yeah, this has a fatha. So the reason for this, they say this is something which is outside of there are some exemptions basically, outside of the rules. So there are some, so just put that in brackets, there are some exemptions. Yeah, there are some exemptions that you are going to find, but generally that's the rule. The waw drops off as long as it's thulathi mujarrad, so it doesn't apply to all the other out there. And the ayn kalima has to be kasra. So this is why now, so when we deal with this, basically the way that we're going to be looking at it is like this. Okay, let me do it in this one. So over here, we're going to get rid of the waw. So you're going to be left with ya'idu. Yeah. Ya'idu, ya'idani, ya'iduna, and all the way down. All you have to do is simply just remove the waw kalima. Waw kalima in all of these is going to go. Tu'idu, yu'idu, tu'idu, tu'idu. All of that, waw's gone. And there you have it. And this rule only applies, like I said, it only applies to these. And if I was to write this in the rule as well, maybe I should write it. It only applies to wawi. Yeah, wawi. It only applies to the wawi one. It does not apply to the ya'i one. That's why then the ya'i, it does not drop off. So it stays all the same. That's why mithal, we don't need to discuss mithal beyond this. So beyond this, there is not much more that we have to discuss when it comes to mithal. And we've basically done everything. So I don't really need to write all of this. I don't need to write this one over here, wada'a yada'u, because we know how it's going to be. The waw has dropped off because this is an exemption to the rule. And then you got warima, yarimu. Okay, that's fine. That's with that. We expected this to happen. Wajila, yawjalu, yawjalu, yawjalani, yawjaluna, tawjalu, tawjalani, yawjalna. It's going to go all the way down. Wasuma, yawsumu. Right, so you can write this whole. So I can technically, if I want to be, long-winded approach, I can write down the whole gardans or the whole table for all of these. I can write down, all of this. Ya'idu, ya'idani, or ya'idu, ya'idani. I can write the next one. Yada'u, yada'ani. Yarimu, but I think that's just going to take too much time. I think for now, if a person understands this much, this is sufficient. This is. So we have actually covered the entire mithal in this section like that. Right? There's not really much more that we need to do. Now the mazid ones, what I'll do is, I will just show you them next week, maybe, or next lesson. I'll show you them, and that's it, because there's not really much that can change. Because for instance, like. Let's just write it, for example, over here. If we were to use like a mazid, for instance, wa'ada yuwa'idu. Wa'ada yuwa'idu. Right? Not much change. Yuwa'idu. Right? So that's fine. No change over there. Let's look at fa'ala. What can we have? Fa'ala. Wa'ada yuwa'idu. Wa'ada yuwa'idu. Yeah, that's fine as well. No change there. Wow, still there. Aw'ada yu'idu. Aw'ada yu'idu. Yu'idu. Not much. No change there. Tawa'ada yatawa'adu. These are all words in Arabic, but I'm not making up. Tawa'ada yatawa'adu. Yatawa'adu. No change there. Tawa'ada yatawa'adu. Tawa'ada yatawa'adu. انتعد. No, I don't think there's any انتعد. Is there any? انتعل. انفعل. استوعل. Right. استوعد يستوعد. Yeah. استوقد يستوقد. That's fine. And the rest of them, they're all fine. So that's why we don't need to really focus on this. And likewise, the ya ones is not going to be much difference there. So I don't know. Yassara yuyassiru, yasara yuyasiru, aysara yusiru. Aysara yusiru. Okay, actually, there might be something over there. Anyway, next week, inshallah, I think I'll touch upon that next lesson because I don't want to make these videos too long. And that's it basically. So let's have a look in the Quran. I think let's have a look in the Quran. Let's check this out, see what kind of verbs we can find. So, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So, طه ما أنزلنا عليك القرآن لتشقى. Now, تشقى, leave the lam. The word تشقى is actually where you have the harf illa at the end. And this is what we're going to do next. So we've done ajwaf, where the harf illa is in the middle. We've done mithal, we just done that now. And then we're going to be doing this one over here. Right? And this one over here is going to be where you have at the end, you have an ajwaf, or not ajwaf, we call naqis, a harf illa at the end. Illa tadhkiratan liman yakhsha. Again, this is a harf illa at the end. Yakhsha. Right? And a lot of these in this surah are actually following that pattern. Right? So a lot of these are going to, so I think maybe let's move on to another surah where we can find examples for the ones that we're Okay, Alhamdulillah الذي له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وله الحمد في الآخرة وهو الحكيم الخبير. يعلم, we've done this. يا عين لام فعل مضارع. يلج. Okay, this is a good one. So if I put this over here and if I say يلج, so يلج originally would have been يولج. يولج. So يولج, ولج يولج. Right, we know this has got kasra, so therefore we're going to drop the waw. So this becomes then, what does it become? يلج, to enter, he enters. يلج في الأرض, or he enters. وما يخرج منها وما ينزل يخرج. So we've done يخرج as well. خرج يخرج, it's a normal صحيح. It's got no harf illa in there. وما ينزل نزل ينزل, no harf illa there. So this is a present verb. Yeah, so يخرج يخرج, and basically the root letters are خرج. And then you got ينزل, so you got ينزل from noon za lam. يعرج, same thing. يعرج equals ain rajim, and so forth. Okay, so you got all of these different letters out there, and you got different types of verbs. But as long as you guys understand where these verbs come from and how these verbs work, you're not going to struggle. Trust me, you're not going to struggle. You're going to find it very, very easy to be able to navigate. But you just need lots of practice. That's the only thing. A lot of these verbs require you to keep going over rules again and again and again. And my advice would be, take a page of the Quran, analyze it, stop, make a mark with a pencil at every verb, and then write them down, and then try to figure them out for yourselves, what you think that is. And trust me, once you do that, and you can send it to me as well, and I can have a little check maybe. Send it to me, and maybe I can even use your examples. I'll print it out, use your examples, and show you corrections in the mistakes that you guys make. And that actually might be a good idea. And the email will be below in the description, so you can send it over there, and I can maybe use it in future videos just to show you guys of this. So anyway, I hope that makes sense, guys. And I will inshallah see you guys next time. And thank you very much to all my patrons. Thumbs up to you guys. You guys are wonderful people for supporting this channel, helping me being able to grow all my projects and being able to reach them to where I've reached them. Alhamdulillah. If any of you guys want to become patrons and you guys want to support this channel and help me make more videos and more better quality videos, then please check out the description below. You can find the Patreon there, or you can find PayPal there as well. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullah khair, guys, for all of your support. Without your support, I wouldn't have been able to produce the videos that I've put up on my YouTube channel. And there is so much more that I really want to do. And without the support of you guys who are patrons, generously supporting this channel, I've been able to get myself a camera, which, as you guys can see, the quality of this camera, a mic system, software. I've been able to hire an editor. So what do I want to do? I want to make lots and lots and lots of more videos for beginners, for intermediate, advanced, in the subjects like Arabic and fiqh and hadith and tafsir and aqidah and all those other things as well. And for this to happen, again, this channel needs support. So if you guys want to become patrons and support this channel, then check out the link below. Also, if you do become patrons, you'll have access to videos that I don't put up on my normal YouTube channel. So check that out, inshallah. And there's most other perks as well that you guys can benefit from. And if you want to access this channel through social media, we've got Twitter, we've got Instagram, Facebook page, and other things as well that you can visit. So Jazakumullah khair again, guys. Thank you very much for your support. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullah khair for watching this video. I hope to see all of you guys. If you guys are interested, please leave us feedback, get in contact with us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.